So, a question I've been getting asked a lot right now is about the government shutdown and how that might impact insurance. And as of right now, with the government shutdown, it only impacts one type of insurance policy, and that happens to deal with flood insurance. So, with flood insurance, there are two types of policies there is the National Flood Insurance Program, and then there's also the private market. Now, obviously, the private market is not impacted by the government shutdown, and those policies are in effect. They're renewing, new business can be written through them, there's no issues there. The other one, which is the most common, in which most mortgage companies do require, if a flood policy is required, would be through the National Flood Insurance Program. And because that is a government backed program, during this shutdown, there are limitations. So, if you currently already have a policy through the flood insurance program, that policy is still in effect. If you have a loss that is covered, it will still provide payout and things continue as normal for you. What is not happening is if your policy happens to expire and you would be needing a renewal policy during the government shutdown. So your policy will not renew because the program is shut down. So you would have to take your policy to the private sector for that. If you buy a house, you also cannot get a new policy with the National Flood Insurance Program at this time. So with this government shutdown, there is some implications with insurance, and it mainly deals with flood insurance. So if you happen to have a policy with the National Flood Insurance Program, make sure you know when your policy starts, when it expires. And if the policy is expiring soon, just know that they're not issuing a renewal policy, that you're going to have to talk to an agent who has multiple options. And that's where we come into play. At Milestone Insurance Agency, we represent a number of different flood insurance companies. So when it comes to through the flood insurance program through the federal government, and when it comes to the private sector, we can go through different options to give you the best price and the best coverage out there. And that's why it's important to have an agent that is not only just local, but who has multiple options that can actually look through different programs for you. So don't hesitate. Give us a call. We're right here in York next to Mama's Pizza in Loganville. Our phone number is 717-851-8010. Hope to hear from you soon.